No, I just started recording now. Okay. My speech is on pet adoption versus buying a pet. We've all seen the cutest animals that we just had to have as a pet. Majority of people in the United States own a pet, with people constantly looking to add a new one to their family. Owning a pet comes with lots of responsibilities. You must consider which pet will fit you and your family best. Do you have the proper housing facilities for it? And take into consideration of vet bills and monthly expenses such as food. The most important factor you need to include is time to interact with your pet. Searching for the right pet for you can be overwhelming, trying to figure out whether to adopt or buy a pet. Both of these options consider research and be sure you make the right decision. Adopting your new furry friend is one option. There are plenty of shelters, pounds, and foster families who take in pets until they are adopted out into good permanent homes. Social media is a good place to find local animals that are in need of homes. Facebook has pages that are dedicated specifically to this. There are also websites such as Pet Finder, which also has an app that allows you to search for pet, breed, age, and everything else. When you adopt, you are giving the pet a second chance at a better life. According to the American Humane Association, it is estimated that 3.7 million unwanted pets must be euthanized at animal shelters every year because they were not able to find families. When you adopt, the animal will be already fixed, which is good because it will help stop the overpopulation of unwanted pets everywhere. Many times people reject shelter animals because they are looking for the perfect pet, whether it is pure breed based on eye color, fur pattern, or a mixed breed. If you are looking for a specific breed, you can still find one that's up for adoption. There are several shelters that only take in specific breeds, such as the Texas Husky Rescue, the Bluebonnet Equine Humane Society for horses, and the South Texas Aussie Rescue for Australian Shepherds. These are obviously only examples of dogs and horses, but there are specific shelters for any type of pet. And you never know, your perfect pet may be in one of these shelters. Oftentimes expensive. These pets will come from breeders, and the owners are no longer able to take care of them, so they are up for adoption. Your other choice would be purchasing your pet. This is not bad, especially if you have tried shelters and the adoption process just did not work out for you. Just keep in mind that adoption will save a life, and most breeders, especially, most breeders, they know that they're going to sell their pets, so they continue to breed and add to the overpopulation of animals. And some breeders will also not allow you to fix their pet because they want it specifically for breeding. They want you to continue it. Purchasing a pet can be expensive. Breeders charge from $500 to thousands of dollars. And Huskies are one of my favorite dogs. I have recently been looking into adopting one or buying one, and the cost range was from anywhere from $500 to thousands of dollars, as I previously said. They also require large down payments, and often they will not ship your pet. So if it is in another state or hours away, you may have to make several trips to see the pet in person, to interact with it. If you don't have the money for a down payment, you have to go back, and then when it is ready to be picked up, you take another trip back. And then what if it doesn't work out? You would either bring it to an adoption center or all the way back to the breeder again. The other thing you need to consider about when you're purchasing is bad breeders and puppy mills. The animal may be sick and the breeder will not refund your money. And when you adopt, there is less likely of a chance this is happening. Animals for adoption are up to date on shot, heartworm, and some are even trained and ready to go. My own experience I've never bought an animal, but I have many rescue ones. My horse, for example, which was in a previous video, he was a rescue horse. He was saved from having his ears cut off. Like the other ones he was with were not fortunate enough to be adopted out. Our cat that we have now, she was a stray. We took her in and fixed her so she would not end up in a shelter and would not continue to repopulate. So when you're considering adding a new furry member to your family, consider adoption process before purchasing.